week I'm doing a double collaboration with Ali Spagnola and Charles Cornell. If you don't know those people, definitely get familiar because they are worth your time. They're both YouTubers, they're both amazing musicians. Charles is a piano player, actually went to college with him, which is kind of random and awesome. He takes memes mostly and transcribes them and makes them into pieces. You've probably seen him. Ali, if you haven't seen her, she takes a piece of music and reimagines it by somebody else. So like, what if Thriller were written by Billie Eilish? And that's a really great one you should check out. We decided we're going to do Circles by Post Malone. Charles, I assume, will do some sort of jazz arrangement. Ali will do some sort of pop interpretation. Instead of doing my normal chamber music interpretation where I write 4 parts and we do it, or even a loop, which this song would lend itself to, I'm going to do What If Circles Were a Marvel Superhero Theme. And so let's figure that out. Okay, so the first thing I'm hearing is this line that we definitely have to put in. It's like kind of the only instrumental thing in this song that stands out. It's right, and then okay, so that has to go in. It has to be present in some way. But we gotta superhero-ify it. And so I'm starting with the Avengers. That's Alan Silvestri. He also wrote the Captain America theme, and he's done a ton of amazing film scores. If you haven't seen my breakdown of Marvel music, you should probably go check that out, because there's a ton of themes throughout all of the Avenger movies, and I break down literally every single note in those. But I'll just kind of give you a little bit of a lowdown of like what makes a good theme, which would be like, for a superhero, open fourths and fifths. Sounds like a superhero. And fifths would be right. Both of those, it's like, this feels like a superhero. So we're gonna try to do that with Post Malone. Now the rhythm of these chords is everything for a superhero theme. For the Avengers theme, think about the rhythm. It's not just no, it's repeated chords aren't necessarily stale. And so if we have just these 4 chords, there's a lot we can do with that. I'm just gonna start with a bass line. This is like the arrival bass line. Think about superhero themes. It starts out like there's usually a big intro, and then it arrives and it's huge, and then maybe there's like a little departure from that, and then it comes back and it's huge. And that kind of like the Avengers theme does the opposite. Gives you that same feeling without completely stealing what they're doing. Does that sound like a superhero yet? I don't know. Okay, that could be like a cool thing for Charles to do. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Okay, let's record this bass line. I'm lightheaded, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's a lot. Alright, so this is, I've decided, just the chorus. We're gonna kind of build up through the verse and have that be how the song goes, but so I think we're gonna have this counter melody that's going to be like bright. It's gonna be in your face. If you saw my Avengers Age of Ultron breakdown, that's the one where they took the Alan Silvestri theme and Danny Elfman actually took it and ran with it, and it has these like crazy octave trumpets going triplets, and it's just kind of like provides this energy that the original one had, this like stoicism, that may not be a word, and then this one had this energy. And so I'm going to try to figure out a way to maybe do that. Okay, so here's the melody that I've written to make everything sound incredibly heroic on top of this. And so we can always add this in. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but... like that. It's going to sound beautiful on a very, very bright trombone. Next, I'm going to transcribe all of the melody. And so, verse, chorus, I'm going to do that and just write it in my notation software so that I can start arranging around it. Okay, so I have a framework. I've got the melody written out, and now it's time to take these chords and do something superhero film score-y with it. You can think about the brass section doing this. 2, 3. 2, 3. We have the melody, we have the structure, and now I want to put some sort of counter melody. This is going to be like a bugle call in the background, which happens all the time in the greatest superhero themes. There's this very present trumpet, and I will play high on the trombone and it'll be great. Okay, so I came up with one. I kind of need it right off the bat because it's a little stale without anything else, and it just doesn't give us the superhero vibe. So, and then the melody comes in, and right on that F chord, right? Those fourths. It's just like America, Captain America's right in there. I'm gonna put in some of these, lots of those kind of bugle calls with the melody and this Star Wars rhythmic thing underneath. I think it's gonna give us the vibe that we want. So I wanna reharmonize this, but just a little bit, because there's this vibe of superhero themes. It's in the Iron Man theme, it's in the Avengers theme, it's this right? That feeling. And so I'm not going to do that exactly, but I want to reharmonize it just a smidge. So we're going to go. And give us that interval, give us kind of like a darkness that you need in a superhero theme. All right, here's what it sounds like. Okay, so now I'm on the chorus, and I've had this idea in the back of my head for like a while, honestly, since I decided to do this, because I have Ali and Charles. I want to get them to sing in Latin, because in a bunch of these soundtracks they have a huge choir, and they usually put these Latin epic chords in the background. They did it a lot with the Winter Soldier soundtrack, especially, I think they actually sang in Russian for that one. It's time to go to Google Translate. Here are the Circles lyrics. For the chorus here, seasons change and our love went cold.
Tempora mutanturnos et caritate et frigus.
Seasons change.
Tempore mutationem.
That's got a good rhythm. Tempora mutationem. Let's find another one. Feed the flame, cause we can't let go. Those are the next lyrics.
Flamma pascere, sit causa ire non possumus.
What is just feed the flame?
Pascere flamma.
That'll work. Pascere flamma. I guess we could do pascere, like pascere flamma. Tempore mutationem. Pascere flamma. I think it'll work. Only one way to find out. I'm so pleased with myself right now. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Okay, check this out. This is me times a bunch. Imagine how awesome it's gonna be when we add Charles and Allie. So I want to have like a B section for the Latin. I'm waiting for you, or I'm waiting on you, is in expectans tibi. And I think that's perfect. So we'll just say that a couple times. I love the S at the end. That's like such a classic like Latin. In expectans. And I can imagine the whole choir doing it. Oh my god. Oh, it's so funny. In expectas tibi. In expectas tibi. I could not be happier with the way those vowels sound in Latin. So this will probably be way in the background, but like, it'll make it, I promise. Okay, so the chorus is going to be super epic. I'm not worried about that. I have Charles doing some of these things on the piano, very much mimicking Avengers. And now verse 2, I want to come way back and do like this beautiful like love theme. I'm gonna come up with another like Captain America line. I might actually just quote Captain America at this point. It sounds so perfect. Alright, here's what I came up with. Very much quoting Alan Silvestri, Captain America in there. And then we start back with the Star Wars jump, jump, jump. Hopefully gaining enough momentum to bring us back into the chorus as bombastic as possible. Hi, I'm from the future. I'm like Captain Marvel, I got a haircut, and now time has passed. So the next thing I'm gonna do is add some percussion, and I was going through Ableton, which is the software I use, and the percussion that they have on there, it's not really working, not for this. And so I went and I bought some percussion. That's the cool part about this job is like, you could just buy things, and it's like, it's for your job, and so you're like, I get to buy some cool percussion. So this is what this sounds like. It's called cinematic percussion. Stuff like that. So the rhythm in the Avengers theme is boom, 2, 3, 4, boom, boom. And it's so epic and so big. So I have this bass drum that I've loaded in. Sounds like this. But I'm gonna add, I don't know what it is, but it's epic together. And the next thing we had to do is this like war snare, this marching to death and freedom snare. What do you think? I think it's gonna work just fine. So in the Avengers theme, there's this cymbal that happens after the intro. It's just so I've created that. And if we add in the big hits from before, we're getting somewhere. All right, I got a good cymbal. So all together, our percussion sounds like this. Yeah! Alright, so now the percussion's done, I can record all the trombone parts and send it off to Allie and Charles. If you skip through the video up until this point, hello, you missed a lot of good stuff, but this is what we're waiting for. We're putting it all together. So make sure to check out Allie and Charles' stuff after this. I'll put links to all that in the description. But first, let's go into the multiverse, to another dimension where Circles by Post Malone is a Marvel superhero theme. you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you're subscribed because I do new videos every single Saturday. And right now, go check out Ali and Charles's versions of this song. I assume I'm in both of their videos. I don't know. We haven't done it yet. But let's go find out together. I'll put links in the description. And while you're over there, make sure you're subscribed to both of them. If you like what I do, you will love what they do. You can find me on Instagram at Classical Trombone. I just started a new Discord server. I'll put a link in the description, but come hang out. All sorts of cool people over there. And thank you to the Patreon donors. They make every single one of these videos possible. I could not do it without them. If you want to help out as well, you can go to patreon.com/classicaltrombone. If you want to check out my own music, I have an album called Half Man, Half Machine on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And it sounds a little something like...